What's up, guys? Back in here with the Fosters, Season 4, Episode 8, Girl Code. So this episode starts off with a realtor who we've seen on other Disney Channel shows, as Dog with the Blog, I'm a Band, and a bunch of, and those are the only two shows I've seen her in. We see her play a realtor who is helping the Adams Fosters move. And basically, yeah, so Brandon is practicing, Mario and Jesus are yelling about the robot, and Gemma is kissing. And as soon as the realtor leaves, as soon as the realtor leaves, as soon as the realtor leaves, these two cops come in, asking about Callie. So here's what I forgot to mention last episode. So Callie last episode went up to Patrick Malloy and basically said how Kyle is a 17-year-old kid's gonna spend a rest of his life because of him, and because of Patrick Malloy if he doesn't say anything. And he's like you're gonna leave me alone. You're gonna leave her. You're gonna leave him alone. And he's like, and she's like, we know that her mom's a cop. Yeah, Callie's kind of revealing a bunch of stuff that she shouldn't mention to this random guy. And she's like, yeah. And she's like, we know that you were preying on kids and that deal with me. Like, you need to leave me alone. And she's like, don't touch me. And then the manager comes out, and she's like, and she's like, the manager comes out, and he's like, you're employing a child molester. And yeah, and basically then after the guy, yeah, so Callie leaves, gets into her car. The guy gets a break. He calls another guy who says that his mom's who says that's Callie Adams Foster, that Callie is Callie's. So yeah, so the guy says he'll handle it. So these cops come in this episode and basically informs Stephanie of what Callie said about how she called him a child molester, told his manager he was a child molester, and Steph's like, hey, I'm the detective here, Callie. I'm the police cop. Let me handle this. But basically, that cannot stop Callie. So Callie basically to ask some people about the Monica Johnson murder with the great help of Aaron. And yeah, she even asks one of the guys who says there was a curb painter named Doug Harvey, who we learn. And they basically go into his house, and yeah. Actually, they don't go into his house, but they sneak into his window, but then they get scared. But then they get scared by his dog. And yeah, so anyway, it's competition time for the not for the Adams Fosters, but for the Anchor Beach Anchor Bites. And Jesus is on it's robotics competition time, and Palmer Academy's there. They're so evil, they even call Craig Greg, which is evil. Not named Greg, but that is the captain gets the robotics teacher's name wrong. And yeah, that's basically the entire episode. Not the entire episode, but yeah. So even Lee is there cheering them on, but Mariana is not having it. She's like, yeah, Mariana does not want Lee there. So anyway, before that, they doing their first. Even those boys who used to be on the team are there, and basically they used to be on the team because Mariana made him quit, and then all the guys quit, and Mariana was being the guys are just asses. I'm swearing, but they are. But anyway, Aiden and his friends are jerk faces. But anyway, yeah. So Mariana basically yells at Lena, but Steph's not there because Steph is dealing with a guy named Benjamin who was told by Detective Joe Gray, that he would have his parents' support if he said anything. So basically, he was kept quiet because he was being blackmailed. So anyway, yeah. So yeah. So anyway. So yeah. So yeah. So Court shows up. Court shows up at Brandon's school and is like, "Are you still mad about what she told her dad?" So yeah. And basically, then Brandon tells Callie. Callie says that explains a lot. Doesn't tell Brandon what she means, which is like she basically tells him later. But yeah. So yeah. So the anchor bites. He's just Mariana getting into a fight. Emma weighs her bathroom scale, not an actual scale. Her bathroom scale, and it's basically like a fight between Mariana and Jesus. Mariana's like, he's just like, I don't need this. Mariana's like, we don't need you. And Emma's like, we need both of you on this team. And yeah, they even team up. So yeah, so they go up against this female lady team who basically try to take them down, and they basically team up with them later to take on Palomar Academy. And yeah, and their hanging on works, and they raise themselves because they thought that it didn't work. And basically, the anchor bites win the competition. And Callie's like, and basically later, they're Mariano's praising their victory, and Mariano's and 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 Mariano's I mean Mariano's like, hey, why don't we go to Worlds? And Leah's like, don't you want to pass on Worlds? And she's like, wait, what? And she's like, don't you want to finish out your college, high school? And she's like, Worlds would look good on a college application. So yeah, so I get why Leah doesn't want to do this because of what Mariana said to her, was being like, saying how she was gonna punch someone in the face, and that was kind of like Mariana. So yeah, so anyway, anyway, so I'll just say that. So anyway, what happened to Jude this episode? Basically, Jude is still mad at Callie for routing him out to Noah, basically. And that's it. He's basically just mad at her for Noah. Noah. Yeah. So, that's basically it. I really enjoyed this episode. It didn't have much in it as for episode wise. It was just Mariana. It was just Mariana does competition. She's kind of cuckoo pants, and Callie is still on this whole. Aaron is still on this whole. It's still on this whole thing, even though it's not. She shouldn't be detectiving. I get it. I get where Callie comes from. She wants to protect her friend Kyle, but she should not be detectiving. It is not, detectiving is kind of not the. I get it. She wants to protect her friend Kyle. Jon Snow, who played Deuce on Shake It Up. Shake it up, shake it up. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, I think that's what all I have to say about this episode. So like, comment, subscribe, because have a wonderful night. And actually, Callie, yeah. So Brandon does later tell. Actually, I'll first explain this. So Brandon says to Callie, why did you mean when I told you about my dad telling Courtney that we slept together? Why did you say that explains a lot? And she's like, she's like, I don't think your dad wants her seeing AJ. And he's like, why? And she's like, she doesn't like it when people control her life or something like that. But yeah, that basically wraps up this episode. So anyway, I'll see you guys on the next Fosters. But remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see